All right, we're doing lesson 7.4 today, ladies and gentlemen. 7.4 is all about solving proportions. Now, proportions are great. They're basically ratios, again, that show the relationship between two different ratios or two different sets of numbers or two different facts. And this is where things get really handy in real life, because if you understand how to do proportions, you can solve all kinds of real world problems. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Our first one we have is 1 over 5 equals W. W is just a variable over 10. Now, these have to be equal. So they have to be proportionally equal. They are a proportion. So we don't need to test for proportion, and there really is no way with the variable. But let's go ahead and solve it. Now, there's two ways we could solve it. I'm going to teach you the quick and easy way. The quick and easy way goes like this. You take the two common variables that we know. We know 5 and we know 10. And we basically ask ourselves, what is the relationship between 5 and 10? How do we go from 5 to 10? And to go from 5 to 10, we divide or we multiply by some number. In this case, we're dividing by 2. Okay? And if we divide 5, nope, sorry, we multiply by 2. And from going to 5 times 2 gives us 10. Also has to be true for the top. 1 times 2 has to give us W. And if 1 times 2 is 2, 1/5 equals 2/10. We know that to be true. But then we have to write our answer as the variable W equals 2. And we're done. Let's do a few more really quickly, and then we'll do a quick word problem and call it a day. Our next one, 3 over D equals 12 fourths. Now we know 3 and we know 12. To get from 3 to 12, do I multiply or do I divide? Well, looks like I'm multiplying by 4 times 4. So I also have to do times 4 on the bottom. But wait a minute. Some number times 4 gives me 4. Well, if I try multiplying that, it's not going to work. So I'm going to go the other way. And instead of multiplying, I have to divide by 4 to get D. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So D equals 1. And once again, I could just plug that variable in. 3 over 1 equals 12 over 4. Because 3 times 4 gives me 12. And 1 times 4 gives me 4. So D has to equal 1. Okay. That's 2. We'll do just a couple more of these and a word problem. We have n over 3 equals 6/6. Now right away, this should be pretty obvious what it is. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. To get from 3 to 6, I needed to multiply by 2. Okay. Remember, it's multiplication or division. It's a two-way street. Okay. If I go from 6 to n, am I going to multiply by 2 or am I going to divide by 2? Take a look from 6 to 3. I had to multiply or divide to get from 6 to 3. Well, to get from 6 to n, I'm going to have to divide just like this one. So I'm dividing by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And that makes sense because 3/3 equals 6/6. They're both equal to 1. So I end up getting n equals 3. Okay, that's 3 we've done now. Let's do our fourth and final one before I give you kind of a harder word problem and your practice. Okay, 2 over 1 equals 4 over z. What is z? Well, to get from 2 to 4, I had to multiply by what? Multiply or divide by what? Well, I multiply by 2. 2 times 2 gives me 4. And 1 times 2 gives me z. Well, 1 times 2 is 2. And that makes sense because 2 over 1, 4 over 2. Okay, they seem equivalent, right? So I put that down. Z equals 2. Very simple. Now, how can this be used in the real world? Well, we use this in the real world all the time. You probably don't even know it. Here's one example that I came up with. Okay. 10 goldfish cost $5. How much did 2 fish cost? Well, I need to set up my problem. First, I'm going to put in the names just so I don't get confused. Fish over their cost. I know that 10 goldfish cost $5. What I need to find out is how much do 2 fish cost? Well, oh, I put that 2 in the wrong place, didn't I? To get from 10 to 2, I need to do the what? I need to divide by 5. 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. So if I do that on the top, I also have to do that on the bottom. It has to be proportional. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 over 5 equals 2 over 1. But what does this 1 represent? This 1 represents $1. So the answer to my problem is this. 2 fish cost $1. Very simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are 4 problems that you need to do before you can go on and do your homework. 10 over 7 equals A over 56. B over 3 equals 6 over 18. 15 over C equals 75 hundredths. And 16 over 30 equals 8 over D. Show all your work. Good luck, and come to me when you're done.